Good afternoon. This is Daniel Sable. I am going to be doing a demonstration on PRTG Network Monitor, which is a tool that allows us to continuously monitor our network for any threats or danger. Before I go into the actual program, what I'd like to do is talk just a tiny bit about what the system can do. So PRTG monitors all aspects of your IT infrastructure. It does packet sniffing. It has a program called JFlow, which basically identifies and tells about all potential bottlenecks that may be happening in your network, so you can actually widen the bandwidth if you are getting these bottlenecks. Another thing it does is IP or Internet Protocol monitoring, network activity, does network diagnostics, and port monitoring. So let's just jump right into it. If you look here, you're going to see that I am monitoring 26 different sensors or 26 different items on my home network. And it shows you we have one item that's down, which is the red. And we have 16 items up, that's terrific. And we have 8 with warning signs. So we'll click on the sensors just for a second so you can get an idea on what they do, what it is we're looking at. And it'll show you here the different items we have. So we have Danny. This here happens to be my cell phone. A probe device. This is my my wireless, my internet for my home. You could see that PRTG sent a ping to my phone to see if it was up and everything was running. And the nice thing about this is you could see all the uptimes are at 100%, which actually is a very good thing. So I'm going to roll down here a little bit, and what you'll see, it actually shows us a lot of different items. So we have the fastest website, the slowest website, we have, most available disk space, least available, we have uptime, shortest downtime, shortest uptime. This program is a really, really nice tool to have, but it is a bit expensive, and obviously I'm using the demo version. So I'm going to click back to the home button, and the more important part of the system are these current alarms here. It tells us right away that we have 9 current alarms, so we have 9 major factors that we need to look at. So I'm going to click on this view all alarms. I want to see what exactly is going on. So it looks like the first one here is showing us that we're running low on disk space, and we're at 11% on drive C. That would happen to be on this particular computer, which I am aware of because I know that that's what the drive is at. The next thing is a certificate that's going to expire soon, and it has basically no channel, root authority, trusted warning by lookup value, unable to check. So it's telling us that this particular product, which is me again and my cell phone, are not working. Now you can see here, these are just warnings, and the one in red is the SSL certificate sensor. This is very important because this is actually my router and my modem from my internet service provider or my ISP. And what it's telling us is that we have approximately 24 days to renew the certificate, and which will happen automatically as uh, my ISP will, I guess, renew a certificate either when I pay my bill or however they do it. It does also give a lot of information here. So under the channel, you can see we have a lot of different things. So common name check, we have days to expiration, and it tells us how much downtime we've had. All these different things, which are monitoring the modem and router of our system. Over here to the right, you can see what's happening, which these are actually live streams of data going on, and it's updating. It tells here the last scan was 27 seconds ago, and so it gives a good deal of information about the network and what it's doing. So you can see here, so our public key length is good. Um, we have some issues here. It says revoked. So some things were revoked, and it says actually no. Our root authority trusts it. It's yes. It's almost giving it a full 5. Um, and we have our self-sign certificates. Another thing I want to point out is with this box over here, we have our last valuable, minimum, and maximum. So we want to look at probably the maximum, and we want to make sure that everything is up and running or up to par in terms of maximum security reports. I'm just going to scroll down a little bit more just so you guys can see. Um, so we have our again our secure socket layer certificate sensor, which is running on port 443, and it is just telling us again that there are some issues. And with this particular system, it allows you to do live, which we're doing now. We could do 2 days, and it shows you 2 days in the past what has happened. Shows you last scan, last up, last down, uptime. And we could do 30 days, which I actually have the information for, and it shows you how much up and down time. Don't use our home internet too much, so you can see there's not a lot of uptime, but there are a number of devices that are connected to it. And then down here you can see all the different items that we have, our public key length, self-sign, common name check, downtime, and so forth. So once again, I am going to go back up to the home, and we've seen the current alarms, we've seen the sensors. Um, so right here, we have 74 sensors that are available, but because I have the free version, I'm only allowed 100 sensors to be monitored. Um, so that's actually pretty good, I think, for a free system. Um, I want to go over here and I want to actually view the results. Okay, and this is going to show us the local health of all of our different items that are running on our system. And as we can see, we have a local probe, which would be this computer, and everything is good. The core health, the probe health, the system health, this free, that's low, and I know that that's from having all the items on the computer for my courses and so forth. And the packet sniffer hasn't been run, so that's why it has the gray. And we'll just kind of work our way down, and it has a hierarchy, and it shows that I have Windows, and I have 2 clients that are running on Windows, And then I do have a server running, which is called Silo 2. The next thing is my VMware, my VM host, and here is the information for the VMware, which I've been running for both this class and my other classes, and all the other items that I have on my network. And again, it tells us the overview, gives us 2 days, 30 days, a year, on and on and on and on. A very important item, which we're going to see in a moment, is um, here. We're going to go to devices next, and we could go and we could actually separate the devices between your favorite devices, device list, your dependencies. You could have groups. You could have an auto discovery group where you actually run the program and it does packet sniffing, and it literally will add your systems or your wireless information into the system on its own. And then you could add your own device if you have the MAC address and the IP address. So that's kind of nice. So let's go to all. And this is what we were just looking at. So you can see, again, it just shows us another um, way of actually seeing this particular data. Up here, we have these little items that show us how many sensors are down, how many warnings we have, how many things are running good, and we're running 26 right now. So this is, again, as we saw before, the SSL security certificate that we already know about, that we have to update. The next item is our libraries. So I'm going to click on all. And all the libraries do basically is allow you to pick different things to look at on your dashboard. So we can look at all bandwidth sensors, we can look at CPU load sensors, we can look at all different types of administration and all different types of products that are on our network to see how they're doing. I picked the few that came with the system because as a free system, you only are able to get a little bit of information. Next are alarms, and we've already seen this. So it's kind of a rehash of what we've done. Maps, there's nothing under here because I have never created a map, but I actually could create a map of my area to determine exactly where there's a problem, if there is one. Not a big deal. Very important tool, as we've learned, are logs. And in here is every single log of every single thing that has taken place on my network since I've had the program downloaded on my computer. And I really like this because it shows me, my system health is 100%, and that was today. My particular devices, it continues from the root, and it says, there's nothing wrong. My DNS and gateway and DHCP opening is okay. It's in good shape. Everything is good, and where we need to be. Then we have the tickets, which are just things sent from the company, things that are not that important. And last is setup, which is just literally the setup for the particular program. Overall, I think that PRTG is an excellent tool for network security, and I do highly recommend it. I also would say that if I were in or working in network security, that I would be using PRTG, as it is excellent at monitoring all different devices, um, including